Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dialogue Dome. I'm Brendan. That's Roxanne.
Hi.
That way. And today,
Whichever way it is.
yeah, whatever way it is. Honestly, things are changing on this
Oh
podcast.
yeah,
Okay, I literally,
absolutely.
for those of you who
If it
are
wasn't
listening at home,
obvious.
for those of you who are listening at home, and for those of you who just joined us on YouTube, I have a new camera. It's
Mhm.
been an adjustment. I've had to get used to one, the crisp quality of everyone being able to see my pores, and two,
Mhm.
the fact that I have to angle it in a specific way that now it looks really strange to anything that isn't a gaming channel. So,
Mm.
but yeah, welcome
Mhm.
back everyone to the Dialogue Dome. Um, Today's topic is in preparation for Roxanne's rather large move coming very soon.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it's
Yes.
actually happening.
Yeah. It's been talked about for quite a few years now, hasn't
Oh,
it?
I
It's been
know. It's
like
it's been a hot minute. You've been trying to get me to move out to Massachusetts for like a hot minute now. And this was before all of the other like bull that's going on uh front facing politics, but we're not getting into that. No, but like
yeah,
still,
no.
it's been a long time coming, I think.
Yeah. It's been Oh, see, here's the thing is like I met
Mhm.
you God, 7 years ago? Is that what it is now?
Yeah, something like that. It's
Um
been a hot minute.
and yeah, that's sorry. I did need to digest that real quick. Um, yeah, it's been 7 years. It's been 84 years.
It's been 84
And I
years.
threw the fucking necklace off into the ocean. Um, that was a Titanic reference for those of you who don't know that movie. Um, but what was
Brennan,
I saying?
spoilers, shit. Anyway, I
Oh,
don't know.
oh, I'm
We're
sorry. I'm
we're we're all
sorry.
moving. Oh,
I'm sorry. It's
oh,
how long? 20 years? Can you believe that, by the way? That's almost 20 years
I know,
old.
right?
Isn't that
Really?
crazy? Yeah,
Jesus, is it
2027.
really
2027 will be 30 years. Excuse me, 30. 30 years.
30 years? Oh my god. It's older than I thought it was. I was about to say 20 seems a little young. 'Cause I remember, like, watching that when I
Wow.
was little tiny. Like, I remember
Wow.
watching that on VHS.
Wow. It's 28 years old this year. Wow. That's
God
whoa.
damn.
Whoa. That one opened my eyes a little. um anyway, like I was saying, I met you
Mhm.
a while ago, and you
Yeah.
were the first thing I knew immediately that you wanted to move because, you know, your internet. Let's start with that.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that?
My internet was absolute trash. Dog shit, garbage, especially for this area. Like, it's mm, it's hard living in small town USA out in the middle of the boonies, farmland, fucking as far as the eye can see. It's it's a challenge, to be sure, to stay
Mhm.
connected with the rest of the world.
Yeah. It's it's rather difficult because I mean, you live in the middle of nowhere literally, and I
Mhm.
guess just getting anything to you is difficult.
Oh yeah.
um yeah.
Super challenging to fucking even just like having things delivered out here is insane. It's not I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I guess it's grown and is still continuing to grow as a community, but it's still taking forever to even remotely come close.
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah, and
Portland.
Miss Portland. Oh, right. Yeah.
I
So
miss Portland.
Roxanne lived in Portland for a little bit too.
Mhm.
Yeah, Portland's a
Portland,
great
Oregon was
city.
great. Love
Great city.
Portland.
I love both Portlands, the one in Maine and the one in Oregon. Um,
Mm.
but that's for another time. Yeah, that's actually a place I want to try to get you up to is Maine.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, I'd love
but
to go to Maine.
but anyway, so yeah, we what happened?
Mhm.
You have like you had really bad internet, then you got okay internet, obviously, because we're talking, and
Right, exactly. Like things have improved, obviously. Like the infrastructure is now starting to finally catch up with the rest of the country.
yeah,
Took them for fucking ever, but hey,
yeah,
better late than never.
yeah, I guess. But yeah, so then I don't know. You were just getting, as I've known you, just over the years, you've just become, at least from where you're living, increasingly unhappy,
Mhm.
and I've noticed it in a lot
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. So it's nice to be able to get you out here for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's
should
just not a
be
whole
good.
lot to do out here. And I mean, I think we went over this in the States episode of the podcast. Like there's just nothing to do. That was really my biggest complaint, especially growing up, is that there's nothing out here for me.
Nothing.
There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. And now that
I
I'm
have
me,
nothing.
right? And then yeah, now that I'm me, uh there's even more nothing for me here.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry, thought I heard something.
You're good. Yeah,
Um,
you're good.
yeah. Every time anyone says I have nothing, I just think of Whitney Houston immediately. Uh, okay, so that kind of leads us to the big move. So,
Mhm.
um, where are you moving? You want to say where you're moving on the
I
pod?
mean, I'm moving to Massachusetts. I'm
Yeah,
moving to like God, what is it? It's like it's not even an hour outside of Boston,
yeah,
in Hudson.
yep. Worcester.
Yeah,
Let's just say Worcester. Everyone knows where that
just
is.
Worcester. Okay,
Um,
everyone knows
yeah.
I'm moving to Worcester.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, the only reason I say that is because no one's gonna know where Hudson is, but everyone knows where
I
Worcester
guess
is.
that's
So,
fair. Okay.
um, yeah,
I'm moving in that general area,
yeah,
basically.
not Worcester. everyone,
Nope.
everyone who's new calls it Worcester.
I
um,
don't no, that was like one of the first things you fucking told me. I told you I was moving. It's like, okay, here's what you need to know. Worcester. Don't you fucking say Worcester.
yeah, some of the names here are crazy. I don't even
Mhm.
remember what Worcester stands for or Worcester stands for. I think it's an Indian tribe, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't remember. There's a lot of Indian tribe names for towns in this state. Like one of them, Squantum,
Mm.
is one that I know of. Like the Squantum
Interesting.
Indians. Um, that one it's basically near Quincy, Massachusetts. For those of you who live in this area,
Mm.
um, but it's basically a district of Quincy, and it was where a lot of um the stuff there is. Like for instance, another one in Canton. There's another one called Ponkapog. That's another district. It's called Ponkapog.
Mm.
It has its own golf course. Very nice.
Interesting.
Um, but Ponkapog is an Indian tribe, so there's just a lot of different Indian
Gotcha.
names here because that's where when the
Okay.
country was founded and when the state was founded, there was a lot of Indians here.
Sure, sure,
Well,
sure.
Native Americans, excuse me. We called them Indians,
Mm.
but um, that's because we
Mhm.
thought it was India, not North America.
That's because the fucking English were stupid when they came over the first time.
Yeah.
Fucking morons.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You can't put the whole country in that boat. But anyway,
True. True, true.
see what I did there, pun intended. So, um, so when it comes to Massachusetts,
Yes.
um, obviously besides the thrilling fact that you're getting out of Bumblefuck, Idaho, um,
Right? Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
what is some of the stuff that you're looking forward to coming here?
Um, well, I will fully admit that a lot of the main reason as to why I'm moving to Massachusetts to begin with is because like Boston just named itself as a trans haven.
Mm-hmm.
And among like I think Worcester was also the other one that was saying that they're a trans haven as well. Like
Yeah.
that's one very incredible, and I'm super excited to just kind of support and represent my community and be a part of that. But outside of that, like there's a whole lot of history there that I only saw in textbooks that I'd be very
Mm.
interested to like look at and check out founding of our country and shit. Like just kind of see the things, do the stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like Boston was literally the first city. So like
Mhm.
it's very crazy how it's interesting to me how much New York has grown compared to
Mhm.
Boston. New York became huge and Boston kind of stayed it got bigger, but it stayed relatively the same size, just kind of went up.
Mhm.
um but um yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. The amount of history in Boston is it's insane. You can fully expect a tourist tour from me
Oh,
when we
absolutely. And I
actually
will
go.
100% love it.
Yeah, I mean, we could start with. I mean, I'll even like talk a little bit about some of the stuff here because it's like again we have the colonization of the country, of course, right? But we also have
Mhm.
like you know literally roots of the country start in Massachusetts. Like we're talking about like the founding fathers started here. And like
Mhm.
we're talking about like, the Revolutionary War roots started here and stuff like that. And
Right, right.
one of the big things that I usually for anybody that first came or first comes here to do the tourist thing, we have to do the cringe thing first, which is get the Freedom Trail out of the way.
Yeah. Is that what
because
we have to do?
because that one, the Freedom Trail is like it's this just like this for people who live here, it's just this fucking eye roll tourist trap. It's literally, not kidding you, a giant red line on the sidewalk that you just walk for
Got
miles and
it.
miles. And basically, it connects all of the major Bostonian landmarks together in
Mhm.
one giant line. Um, but it's literally, I'm not kidding you, it's like literally a walking history lesson. Like you can get like if there's like a not an audiobook, it's not a podcast either. It's some kind of like there's an app you can get that basically
Mhm.
it's called Walk the Freedom Trail, I think. And
Mhm. Oh, it's like an audio
basically
tour.
it's an audio tour. Thank you. And as
Yeah.
you're walking, you start, you press play, and apparently, according to my aunt, apparently if you press play and you start walking, it will line up identically time-wise to exactly what you're looking at. And if you
Hmm.
are not lined up, then you're either late or you're early. So, AKA, what I mean by that is like you either walk too slow or you walk at the
Mm.
speed of gay. So,
Got it.
um,
Got it.
it's one of those two. Or you just walk like perfectly normal. But even then,
Yeah.
regardless, I mean, it's pretty easy. The Freedom Trail is very long, so like you have to commit like at least half a day to it.
Really?
And then, what I
Hmm.
usually say is get up early, go in town, start at the beginning, go all the way through, and then at the end
Mhm.
of the Freedom Trail, there's a bunch of gift shops and places like restaurants that you can go to, and then of course you can just go eat lunch, right?
That
That
makes
kind of thing.
sense.
Yeah. Um, is there any particular landmark or any particular place history-wise that you
Oh.
are like really excited about? Like, because this is like the first, genuinely honest with y'all here, this is
Mhm.
literally the first time we're talking about this right now. We're just like, why don't we just make it a
Uh,
podcast episode?
right. Anything in particular that I'm interested in, landmark wise? To be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about Massachusetts. Boston Harbor, maybe, because
Oh,
the
okay.
Tea Party thing.
Oh,
That's
good.
like the only thing that's like really stuck in my mind as far as like historical
I
landmarks.
mean, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Boston Tea Party arguably is what started the Revolutionary War. I mean, it's
Mhm.
it's very interesting, talking about this because most of you who play video games out there will probably know the Boston Tea Party from Assassin's Creed 3. That is the game that it represents the Revolutionary War, right? So if you've played Assassin's Creed 3, that map of Boston and New York and all these places is actually very accurate to what it used to look like. I don't know if it's exactly to scale, but you know, like the Old North Church is there, like the old State House is there, like the fucking, what's it called? Quincy Market's there. Well, you don't know what that is, but we'll talk about those things later. But what's it called? It's just so interesting to me because, like, the Boston Tea Party, they basically dumped millions of dollars worth of tea into the harbor, and it was so famous because nothing like that had ever been done against the British before. Right? And on top of that, it was even more famous because tea apparently when it was spilled into the harbor, washed up on shore for like weeks to a month after it happened. Like it was still coming up even after all that happened. So, I mean, it just goes to show you, I don't know how much that polluted the harbor, but the point was it was to make a statement, and we weren't thinking about that at the time, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I
boss,
mean, it ruined the tea anyway, which was the main point.
yeah. But okay, Boston Harbor. Definitely can get behind that. We'll have to go see the aquarium. You like aquariums?
Oh, I would love the aquarium. I do love aquariums. Contrary to popular belief, even though I despise the ocean, I do love aquariums.
My favorite thing is that the fact is there is a legal seafood restaurant right across the street from the aquarium. So you basically, what I like to do is I like to make a tradition of going to the aquarium, just seeing everything, and then afterwards getting dinner at legal seafood.
I like that. I like that.
But my favorite part of the New England Aquarium is they have live penguins. That's the first thing you see. It's their biggest exhibit.
Love penguins.
And yeah, you get to see the penguins kind of like swimming around and stuff like that. And then sometimes you get to see the people feeding them. And then it's got this, it's a huge, it's like a huge spiral fish tank that you walk up spirally. And when you get to the top, there's a giant show of like what is in the tank, and they show you like all these different things. It's really cool. Yeah,
that sounds really cool. I love that. I love that idea.
Yeah, so that's the that's the aquarium. My personal favorite place to go in Massachusetts, in Boston specifically, I think is the Museum of Science. Have you ever heard of that?
Really? Not the Boston Museum of Science, no.
Okay. The Museum of Science is huge. It's one of the biggest museums in New England.
Ooh.
And it's really, really cool. I really enjoy. I haven't been there in years. The best part about doing this tourist stuff with you is that I haven't been to all this stuff in years, so it'll be great to revisit it after a while and see how much has changed, what new exhibits are there. But my favorite thing about the Museum of Science is that it's got a bunch of different wings. I think it has like 5. And you basically, there's one dedicated to earth science, one to physics, one to astronomy, one dedicated to dinosaurs. It's just, there's a lot of different things. Like they have the giant replica of a T-Rex there. It's really, really cool. It's like life-sized. And you get to see how big T-Rexes really were in person.
Nice. Sounds awesome. Like I've always loved science museums, and the Museum of Idaho definitely tried its best to provide some
You have something in Idaho?
There is something in Idaho, yes. It doesn't have good things often, but like some things do pass by that were really cool. The Titanic exhibit was really cool, and bodies came by. That was also really sick.
Yeah,
But
I got
yeah,
to
no,
see.
it'd be really cool to see like bigger, better museums.
I don't mean to brag, but I got to see, speaking of Titanic, I got to see, we're mentioning Titanic a lot today.
We are.
I got to see the real Titanic exam, exhibit
Exhibit.
slash museum. I tried to say exhibit and museum at the same time.
Got it.
I got to see the real Titanic museum in Belfast when I went to Ireland,
Ooh.
and it had just opened a couple of years before I went, and
Yeah.
it was one of the most incredible experiences of
Oh,
my
I'm
life
sure.
because
Mhm.
I'm super connected with Titanic. I've always been very, very intrigued by that shipwreck. Just
Mhm.
the travesty behind it, the whole
Sure.
mystery as to like why things happened, like why wasn't it built better, like why did the
Sure.
captain make this decision, why didn't they turn
Mhm.
faster, like all this stuff. And like,
Mhm.
you know it's very easy to think about this. Like in the movie, they saw the iceberg dead ahead, right, at a very far distance. That was actually very unrealistic lighting. um, Essentially, the Titanic would not have seen that iceberg until it was too late, realistically. So they clearly tried to um, avoid it by swerving to the left and stuff like that. But my
Mhm.
point I'm trying to make here is that in the movie, the iceberg is much brighter than it actually would have been in real life. They would never have seen it because
Sure,
and
sure,
the
sure.
instruments didn't show it. So, you know. But anyway,
Right.
moving on from that. Sorry.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, that was one of the really cool exhibits. I keep saying exams. Jesus.
You're back in high school. Where's your test paper? Have you studied?
I'm sorry. I was late. um. Okay, so there's
Yeah.
that. God, I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, we're just walking around
Um.
the city is going to be enough because like there's so much
Oh,
history. You
absolutely.
don't have to go in everything.
Mhm.
Um.
I heard that like Boston is a great place for like shows to try out for Broadway. Like before they go to Broadway, they go to Boston. Is
Yeah,
that something that is actually true? Is that something that's like
that is correct.
'cause
Yeah.
I
So
okay.
they do what's called it's what do they call them? I want to call them a test run, but that's not the right word.
Mm,
It's like a test showing, I guess you could say.
okay.
And you know what's actually funny? Have you ever heard of Finding Neverland, the musical?
Yes. Yes?
Yes. I saw
Yes.
that musical when it was doing a test showing before it went to Broadway. And
Nice.
I knew instantly that that show was going to be a hit because of the way it was written and just how incredible it was. But
Hmm.
what sucks is that when it comes to that kind of stuff, a lot of times they do a test run with two main characters, and then those
Mhm.
main characters end up getting replaced by someone more famous when it goes to Broadway. And that's just so
Got it.
awful. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine learning the part, really, really getting into that character, falling in love with that character, falling in love with the
Mhm.
music, and then just having that shit get stripped away from you once it goes to Broadway? I mean, that's just so
Right.
cruel to me.
That's
And I know theater is a cutthroat
yeah.
business, but like,
Oh, for sure.
come on, man. The same thing,
Ah,
that's what happened with Wicked.
really?
hmm So Indina Menzel was not the original
Damn.
Elphaba.
Hmm.
I forget what the original
Interesting.
Elphaba was, but what's kind of crazy is that Elphaba, the part was written for somebody else. I mean, it was so interesting.
Hmm.
The part was written for someone whose voice fit that role perfectly, and she was able to. The good news is that she got to play Elphaba when it went on tour, so
Mhm.
she still got to play the role, which is good.
Okay.
But
Well, that's
it got
nice.
stripped from the Broadway show. She got stripped from that
Damn.
part, and that kind of sucks. But it's apparently
Yeah.
when you hear, I forget what her name is, I'm sorry, but if you hear her perform Wicked, you hear her perform Defying Gravity, Wizard and I, it's apparently
Mhm.
like jaw-dropping amazing because it just is written for her, right? And Dina Menzel was
Sure,
never supposed to
sure.
have that music. Controversial opinion, I'm sorry, I don't think Idina Menzel is a good singer. I don't think she's very pitchy. She never hits notes correctly. When she has to belt something, it's always like sounds like she's straining her voice. On top of that, she never hits those jumps, defying gravity. She never hits those jumps really fast, really well.
That's how you really feel.
Yeah.
Damn, all right.
I also think it's weird that she plays, she's over 40 plus, and she plays a 20-year-old as Elsa anyway.
Yeah, well.
I like her as a person. I think she's a great actress. I just think her voice is... In certain circumstances, it is. In the new Wicked movie, I think whatever they wrote for her was perfect. Like, she did a great job with that one. So in certain circumstances, I think she's great. But
well, I mean, that was like a cameo. That was a cameo anyway, wasn't it? Like, it wasn't about her anymore. It was like, hey, here's an opportunity to just pay homage to where the fucking movie came from and check out some stuff. Like, that was a nice little sweet little touch. Yeah. Anyway, I'm super interested in checking out like musicals and theater and Broadway. I think that'd be a ton.
We'll have to see what's on tour. Yeah. So the best part is that Boston has shows that are both being tested and shows that are going on tour that have already been successful. So
nice.
I'll have to see what the tour schedule is at the moment, but like for instance, one of the more successful ones that came out recently was the Beetlejuice musical.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see that. I still want to see that.
I went to go see that one. It was a little long, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It felt a little dragged out, but it was very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. My mom did not realize that she's never seen Beetlejuice. She did not know that the movie was about death or that the show was about death. So when I brought her to see it, after the show, she was like, well, that was an experience.
No, it's it was an interesting choice for Tim Burton to make Beetlejuice, wasn't it? Like, not exactly a funny subject matter.
Yeah. But that's an example of a movie that didn't do too well at the box office, but became a cult classic. I mean, that has a cult following now. Yeah. It's great. It's probably one of the most creative films ever made, really, for sure.
The second one wasn't too bad either. I don't know if anybody's seen the second one, but like it falls a little flat because I think there's just too much going on personally, but it was still fun. Like, I didn't hate it.
I haven't seen the second one yet. It's been on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
We should watch that sometime.
I haven't had any time. Oh my god. Yeah,
fair.
when you move, we'll get in VR chat and watch it. Or just in person.
Yeah.
Okay, so movies and Broadway. Good to know. Oh yeah, also that's the other thing. The AMC in Boston is one of the only theaters in the United States to have an extremely large IMAX screen. So when anything comes to IMAX, you go to Boston to see it. So, like for instance, Interstellar was like the last one that came out on it was Oppenheimer. But Interstellar, I saw Interstellar on an IMAX screen in Boston, and that it was like I don't even know how big the screen is, but it's enormous. It takes up like 3 movie theaters worth of screens easily, or 4, and it was incredible to watch. It was just incredible to see Interstellar on that huge of a screen. Anyway, moving on from that. So movies and theater, got it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm just trying to think of other things like, oh, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Salem.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, I mean, it's normally like, I want to go to Salem during Halloween. Let's be like 100% right now.
Girl, good luck moving around.
I know, but like it's the experience, right? You want to go in during the witchy time, during the witchy hour.
Can I make a very, very controversial statement that'll just surprise you?
Sure, hit me.
I have never been to Salem during Halloween.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And you're so close.
See, you'd think that, but here's the problem. In order to get to Salem,
Okay.
for me, I have to drive through the city.
Okay.
Which you'd think is no big deal, but Boston has the worst traffic in New England. So we're literally talking about, like, it's supposed to be a 25-minute drive for me, but with traffic, it can end up being an hour and a half, okay, just to give you an idea.
Gross.
So,
Okay.
and on top of that, there's no place to park there. If you and I are going to go to Salem for Halloween,
Sure.
we're going to take a lift. We're not going to.
Okay.
What do you call it? We're not going to drive there because there's no place to park. It's just impossible to get there. So, I suggest if we do that, we leave early or leave 10 o'clock maybe or something like that. Some place that isn't, some time that isn't like rush hour. And then leave after rush hour, like 7 or something. But yeah, during Halloween, it's great. I've seen pictures of it. It looks like really cool. But Salem is actually a very small town. You'd be surprised at how small it is.
I've seen like other people visit Salem during Halloween and stuff and like really show off the fact that it's like it's a very quaint small town vibe. And you kind of go there for the witch trial stuff and maybe you see like Tituba's house and whatever and all of the like kind of fun crafty witchy stuff. It's very campy and that's kind of the part that I really like and I just want to experience it at least once just to cross it off my list.
All right, that's fair. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, Salem, you can go back and get like sage and stuff like that and sage your room or whatever, like dispel the bad energy or whatever.
Exactly. Ooh, another one. I don't think it's in Salem. Maybe it is. I would also love to visit the Satanic Temple. I think that would be
I think that is in
fun as
Salem.
hell. Is it in Salem? Okay.
Hold on,
I would love to fucking go and visit that too.
Satanic Temple. Let me take a look.
Because I only recently found out that like the main Satanic Temple is in Massachusetts. I was like, yeah, fuck yes, let's do this. Let's fucking go.
But yeah, it's right in the heart of Salem.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So
would love to go.
Yeah. Did you also know this? Salem also has the first church of Massachusetts.
Really? Interesting. And I'm going there for the Satanic Temple.
Yeah. It's okay. There's a Starbucks next to it, so we're good.
Perfect.
Let's worship the devil and drink coffee while we're doing it.
Right?
Nothing
cool. Says...
I'm so surprised that you didn't mention Salem like first, honestly.
I know. I'm a little disappointed in myself as well. I should have. I should have said Salem first. I should have.
Okay.
I think I was too preoccupied on like, okay, so first thing I want to do when I get to Massachusetts is just any and everything trans. I don't know.
Fair enough, I guess. Have you ever heard of Lexington and Concord?
From Fallout 4.
Oh dear Lord. Like, to be fair, that's a good reference.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Lexington and Concord is another Revolutionary War site you can visit with a bunch of museums and stuff like that. It's where it's technically where the nation was founded. So there was there was the Battle of Lexington and Concord. That's a big famous one. That one is correct.
Okay. I'm glad we at least have that one under our belt.
Yeah. So basically, so Lexington and Concord marks the location where the Revolutionary War started. That was the first
Got it.
attack on the British.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
That's
got it,
why
got
it's
it.
so famous. Right. I had to relook it up. God, my
Got
Uncle Paul is gonna kill me. He's in the Air Force and he's in the military and
Yeah.
he just basically knows everything about American history and he's gonna slap
Mm.
me for saying that.
Yep.
Um
Yep. Well, hey.
yeah. I'm wondering if have you ever gone whale watching?
I have gone whale watching like once before in California, but
Oh, okay.
not a whole lot happened,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Well, we could try to go whale watching if you'd like to, here as
Be
well.
fun. I think
Another
that'd be a
place
ton
that's
of fun.
another place that's really nice is
Mhm.
Salisbury Beach.
Hmm.
Let me just double check and make sure that's right. Yes, Salisbury Beach. Yes, that's a great
Okay.
place to walk around. And there's a couple of shops and stuff like that. Because I know you don't like the ocean, but there's a
I
lot to
don't.
do there. Maybe this will make you
Sure.
overcome the fear of the ocean just by being near it anymore. Who
We'll
knows?
see.
Who
Fucking
knows?
maybe.
Because, like, I would love to. Okay, like, real talk, I would love to someday take you down the Cape.
Yeah.
My friends, my mom and dad's friends. Get
Mhm.
that? My friends' friends. So
Okay.
they own a cottage down on the Cape. I think in
Hmm.
Dennis. I think it's called Dennis, Massachusetts. And
Oh, okay.
I think that's where it is. But they've had
Hmm.
it for a long time. And they rent it out to other families. It's basically they live there full time on one side of the house, and on the other side of the house they rent out the other half. And they're not connected. Technically, they're connected by one hallway, but it's like one of those things where you see like it's one giant house split in half, and then there's two different addresses, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
yeah, so that's one of them that I love. I would love to
Hmm.
take you down there because it's a really nice area. Dennis is beautiful. Lots of seafood that's not,
Do
like
love seafood.
disgusting. Yeah, it's just delicious seafood. It's
Mhm.
fresh that day
I'll
caught.
actually be able to have like fresh seafood. I've only had fresh
You'll
seafood
also be able to have
maybe a
fresh
handful of
lobster,
times.
Maine lobster that's been caught that day and
Ooh,
shipped
you're
down to
just
Massachusetts. Yeah. See, I always know
oh
how to
my
get to
god.
Roxanne's heart with food.
Maine lobster with a nice little butter thing going on and just
Salisbury Beach.
my mouth was
Listen,
watering just
it
thinking about
is
it.
it
Oh
is
my god.
so fresh, Roxy, that literally
Yeah.
not kidding you. Like we have lobster roll trucks. We have trucks that literally
Oh
just
my
park themselves
god.
on the side of the road and open up and you can get yourself a
Mhm.
lobster roll and they coat it in butter, they heat it up for you and you just literally
Oh,
eat it like a hot dog. It's just delicious.
oh my god, yes.
And you get
Oh my
french
god,
fries with
yes.
it and oh,
Yeah.
it's
Say
perfect.
less. Say less. I'm already there.
Yeah. So I'll have to take you down the Cape sometime, I guess.
Oh, that would be so good. I would love that.
Um, yeah. Oh, of course, P Town. You know about P Town? You
No,
don't
I
know
don't.
about
What
the
what
most
is that?
famous gay city in America? Wow. Okay.
I
Provincetown is the
okay.
official name of it. Its nickname is P Town. Okay. And it
Mhm.
is a small little town that lives on the very, very tip of the little spiral in
Okay.
Massachusetts Bay.
Sure.
And basically, it's so because of that, the drive takes from Boston
Sure.
takes 3.5 hours to get there because of how
Ooh.
much land there is. But
Sure.
if you want to, you can cut that off by taking a 1 hour ferry ride from Boston.
I was
So
about to say, isn't there like a ferry or
yeah,
something?
there is a ferry. So it's the most
Okay.
famous. It's the most famous gay town in America.
Hmm.
And it is where a bunch of gay people live, and gay people like to do stuff, and it's got rainbow flags everywhere and all that stuff. And the irony is that they purposefully, it was these two, I forget how the city was founded, but I remember that it was put on the tip of Massachusetts so that they could say we're just the tip of Massachusetts. So
Yeah, that makes
doesn't that sound like
absolute
sounds like
sense.
the
That
not just the
sounds
LGBTQ, it sounds like the gay man community, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a great little town. It started off as like this haven for gay men in the
Sure.
country, but now it's basically for everybody, including
Mhm.
lesbian, bisexual, like anybody you really want to. Trans people too.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
So
Nice.
and then you have other places, like I've never really been, this is really funny, I've never actually really been here, but we got Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard. Remember Martha's Vineyard? I'm saying it like that because everyone talks about Martha's Vineyard that way. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a small little island that you can visit off the coast of Massachusetts, but it's owned by the state, and you can go take a ferry out there and stuff. Really nice. I've never actually been to Martha's Vineyard. I really should go up there.
You've lived there how long and you've never been to Martha's Vineyard? I feel like that's like
No.
101.
No, I know. I've never had a reason to go there, honestly. I don't even know what's there, funny enough.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So let's do what we always do. Let's do the last section of this episode. Let's talk about food.
Absolutely.
Right.
1,000%.
So, okay, you have to know, since you're the cook here, you have to know Boston-focused culinary stuff. You have to know something from Boston.
I got at least two off the top of my head right now. Fucking Boston clam chowder.
Yes.
And a fucking Boston cream pie.
Okay, the two staples, right?
Yeah, it's in the fucking name.
Of course, now we couldn't discriminate, so they have to call it New England clam chowder now. Because it's New England. All of New England wants to take credit for it, even though it's it's really only made here. Regardless, if you see Boston clam chowder and New England clam chowder, just know they're the same thing. Quite literally, I think the only difference now is that if it says Boston clam chowder, it's like incredibly fresh because it was probably clams picked that day. And then Boston cream pie is like a staple here. I mean, obviously, you got the pie. It's not. What's ironic is it's not even really a pie. It's a cake. Technically, it's a sponge cake. And you put like vanilla cream inside of it, and you put the chocolate on the top and the cherry, and yeah, you can't. You can't get away from that.
Sounds great to me, man. Sounds absolutely fantastic. And I'm super excited, especially for like the fresh seafood and stuff. I haven't had scallops in forever, and I can only imagine how fresh those can be.
Scallops are super fresh here.
Anyway.
Yes. So we got clam chowder, we've got Boston cream pie. We also have Boston I'm going to just mention some food from here. Boston baked beans.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Boston baked beans are very good. I love baked beans here. I'm not really a huge fan of beans personally because I don't like how much it makes you toot. But Boston baked beans are delicious. They're really, really good. Lobster rolls were founded here in Massachusetts. Fried clams were founded here. Fried clams are incredible. I don't know if you've ever had fried clams.
I've had a version of fried clams. I can only imagine that they taste better there because it's so close and so fresh.
Yeah. There is a place that I forgot to mention to you. It's I forget what it's called. Is it Jersey? Is it? I think it's Mike's Pastries. Have you ever heard of that? Okay. Yes, Mike's
Off
Pastries
off the
is
top of my
it's
head,
an
I don't think I've
it's an
heard that.
authentic Italian bakery that is local here that makes things like cannolis, handmade
Ooh.
cannolis. That's their signature
Oh,
thing.
man.
What else is there? Hold on, let me see the menu. Yeah, so they've got, let me see here. They've got a couple of locations. Let me see if I can find one close to us. Nope. The closest one to us is in, what's it called? It's in TD Garden is like the main arena here that a lot of concerts are in.
Motherfucker.
Episode's a disaster.
Yes, it is. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So yeah, there's also so there is cannolis. There is large cookies. When we're talking large, I mean the size of your face.
Oh, that sounds. Oh my god.
Yep. And then there is croissants that are fresh from the oven on order.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh shit.
And then their signature, almost forgot their signature glazed donuts. Oh my god, the donuts are so good. Okay, anyway. So that's like an example of something that is really good here.
Okay.
In the fall, something that you'll love here is there's a lot of places that do homemade pumpkin pie here.
And yes, please.
Yeah, it's the kind of stuff. And then I don't know if you know this, but the cider donut was actually created in Massachusetts.
Really?
There's one farm here. There's one farm here called Red Apple Farm that does a lot of apple cider donuts. They're known well for, mass producing those donuts, and they are to die for. They're so good.
That sounds amazing, actually. And like, I knew that New England was pretty famous for apples and apple-ish confectionery. I'm super excited to try out a ton of those things as well. Um, Especially if there's a place to get like a really good Dutch apple pie. I'm
Dutch apple
I'm
pie.
excited.
That
I'm
sounds
excited
good.
for a good Dutch apple pie.
Yeah, one of the things I plan on doing is definitely bringing you over to this place called Castle Island. It's a place that I love to go walking, and it's a 10-minute drive from the city.
Okay.
But it's great to go out of the way and do that, and then go get something to eat. There's this place that's there called Sully's, which is like one of those like iconic like. It's not like I wouldn't call it fast food, but it's like a joint. And there's no indoor seating. It's all outdoor seating. And
Really?
it's the best place, in my opinion, to really quickly get a batch of fried clams for about $20. And it's just so good. And you can get a hamburger, a cheeseburger. They have homemade ice cream there. Oh my god, it's so good. Sully's has been around for like over 50 years at least.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
fried. That's what it is. They make fried clam bellies. That's what it is, and it's so good. It's so good.
Got it. All right. That sounds amazing.
And then don't forget about the corned beef sandwich. Beef sandwich is good. They make some really good corned beef sandwiches here.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, what else do we got here? Irish soda bread. My grandmother makes that. I should have you try some of that too.
That would be great.
We already covered clam chowder. Oh yeah, fish and chips. Fish and chips is fresh here.
Oh
the
my
fresh,
god, yes.
The seafood is going to taste so much better here. You have no idea how much fresh seafood makes a difference.
Like I already know that fresh seafood makes a huge difference because like being landlocked where I am currently, the freshest thing I can probably get is trout or salmon, and I hate both. But I know.
Which is so funny because fresh salmon here is so good.
Yeah? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm willing to fucking try it again in a different location. Maybe it tastes different, I don't know. But like, no, I know when if I'm able to get like fresh cod or fresh scallops living on the coast, like it makes a huge fucking difference.
That's food, and I think that really covers a lot of the stuff that we could talk about in
Mhm.
Massachusetts. I mean, there's a lot of hiking trails here too. I know that like you've lived in nature for a long time, so like I'm trying to stay
Yes.
away from the nature topic, but I do want to let you know that there are a lot
Mm.
of nature trails out here too, and they're
Mhm.
very beautiful, especially in the fall. They're very beautiful foliage here.
Oh, I'm
People come all
sure.
over the world for foliage here.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sure. I'm sure that would be like amazing to go and check out and stuff. Like yes, okay. I live out in nature, but I don't live out in that type of nature, right? Like even in the winter time, there's a lot of pine trees and whatever trees we do have, we just lose all of their leaves and stuff. It's there's just not a whole lot of change even when the season happens, and I think being somewhere where there's more change, more variety, I think would be better for me personally.
you just don't you want change, you don't want constant. I get it. I totally get it.
Yes, exactly.
I get it.
'Cause
I
I
get
think
it.
I think that's really going to be the biggest thing for me is like, yes, I like nature, but I don't like it all the time. I need stuff to do. That's really my biggest fucking thing is I want something to do. I wanna go out, meet new people, build community, fucking find the next big Broadway whatever, or, experience, like, new people and events and history and whatever. Like that's what's interesting to me. I don't get any of that out here. Out here is meat and potatoes. Boring. Nothing changes.
Literally.
Like this
Yeah.
town that I'm living in is still stuck in like the 1950s. It's disgusting and I don't like it. I need to go somewhere where there's more stuff, more change.
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited. I can't wait for you to come up
I'm
here. I
super
can't wait for you
excited.
to experience
Oh yeah.
Massachusetts. I
Oh
think you're
yeah.
going to have a really fun time up here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
I
you're going
think
to have
so
a good
too.
time. Um, any final thoughts for you that you want to talk about?
Uh, I can't really think of anything else at the moment. I think we covered a lot of the real big fundamentals. Um, Massachusetts Traveling Board, you can thank us later and pay us for this nice little video that we have going on praising you and why people should visit and possibly even move. Um,
Sounds like a good idea.
uh, right? Um, but for the most part, like I think I'm mostly just excited. I am super excited to actually get out there to experience something different. So like a part of the country that I've never even been to. Like I've never been to New England in any capacity. So this is going to be super fun and exciting to even just experience it.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I think it'll be
Yeah.
fun for you.
Yeah.
um, I was thinking I could end the episode in a very specific way. Let me see if I'm gonna
Okay.
call my mom. I want to see if she answers because I
Oh,
want her to tell you a story. Hold on.
all right.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
All
You're on the
right.
podcast. I just wanted to. We're talking about Massachusetts since Roxanne is moving to Massachusetts, right? Um,
Okay.
so I was wondering if you could tell. We're closing out the episode. I was wondering if you could tell Roxanne about the girl, the blonde girl, and the lobsters.
Um, okay. Is this live?
Yes, it is. Yes. So,
It is. Are
yeah.
we on there now? Am I on there?
Yes, you're on the podcast. Yes.
I'm on the
Hi.
podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
He says hi.
Where are you based?
She's in Idaho. Mom.
I'm in Idaho. Yeah.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Okay.
Way far
Yes.
away.
How are you?
I'm doing good for the most part.
Okay.
Hanging out,
I
chilling.
can barely hear you. That's all.
That's why I asked you to just
sorry.
tell the story, Mom.
Okay.
Because you're not like on. Like I can't connect you to.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, this was many years ago. I was in California on a business trip, and a group of us went to a restaurant for dinner, and we walked in, and there was a big tank in the front of the restaurant with lobsters, somewhat like they have in the city of Boston. There are places like that where you can watch the lobsters, and pick out your own lobster. And so the woman that was there that was seating us and all, and she said, "Oh, we had a big board, and it said, 'Oh, Maine lobsters today.'" And so I was looking. Well, now I was in San Diego, so you can't really, if you draw a line from Boston to San Diego, it's kind of like a diagonal. That's a long way, thousands of miles, right?
Yep.
Multiple thousands. And so I said, "Oh, well, that's really interesting." And I said, "Yeah, but you've got Maine lobsters since they're so far from home, from Maine." And she said, "Yeah, I just found out that Maine lobsters are from Maine." and and I asked, "Well, yes," as it says on the board, spelled out Maine. She says, "Because I always thought when they talked about Maine lobsters that there was like a Maine lobster and then all the other lobsters." And and I kind of just looked at her like, yeah, okay, that's I guess I could see that. I think we should just be seated and not order a Maine lobster. That's all. So
Yeah.
that's
Mom,
the story.
Mom, the important part. What color was her hair?
She was definitely a Blonde Valley girl.
There you go. That's the part I wanted right there.
There it is. There it is.
She was.
All right,
She was
Mom.
very sweet and very, congenial. But I think she lost a few things on the way. So, is that what you needed?
Yes, Mom. Thank you. That's what I needed.
Am I going to be featured in here? Is there like a?
Well, you can listen to the episode. It'll be in the episode.
All right.
All right, Mom.
There's no video or pictures.
Why do you keep asking that? I just told you the answer to that.
I'm trying to understand where I'm using.
No, Mom. It's just the two of us. It's just the two of us. Okay.
All right.
All right, Mom.
I'll let you go. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, man. Our first featured guest, technically.
Right?
Oh, man. Isn't that funny, though? Like, when she told me that story the first time, I died. It was so funny. Can you believe Maine lobsters are from Maine?
It's like, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Some people, the U.S. educational system, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. And on that note, want to close this off?
No. Sure. Thank you all so much for coming on by to the Dialogue Dome. This has been a wonderful, fun-filled, exciting, and almost intimidating episode for me specifically. I think ultimately it's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm going to have a wonderful time in Massachusetts, and I can't fucking wait. But I'm Roxanne, that's Brennan, and we're going to close out. We'll catch you later. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you later.